Hello and welcome to Free World Investing. Today we're going to be going over how to trade support and resistance lines. Now there's a variety of ways to trade support and resistance lines. We're going to be looking at some of the long ways to do it to get the most pips as possible within a time frame. Right now we're looking at a 4-hour chart just because I wanted to show you how to do this over a period of months. Now, if you're just starting off trading, sometimes it's better to do longer trades on longer time frames. You have more opportunity to consolidate your trades by adding increased position sizes to wrong moves. Because on occasions, when trading on support and resistance lines or other technical indicators, you can very often be wrong because the market is never 100%. It's always speculative, and you will always have some point in time where you're going to have incorrect trades. And sometimes you got to know when to add to your position size because of an impending reversal. And doing that will allow you to make the best of a bad situation if you trade on the wrong runs. But we'll probably go over that some more in another video, so we're going to get started on how to trade support and resistance lines. Now, I've already drawn a whole bunch of support and resistance lines. At the beginning of November, this would have been the first one. Once we got to around here, we would have been knowing that because of such the huge amount of difference, that this right here was a support. And we probably would have traded right here. We would have waited for a come down, and this would have been another support line, and we would have entered probably a trade here, 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 and over there, and eventually it would have came back up, and we would have consolidated everything right around here or here, because we probably would have used this one just because on this amount we wouldn't have really known whether or not it's going to continue going up, and we would have gone down right here, and this is probably when we were reversed. And because of such the quick amount of drop right there, we may have been able to go for a short burst, or we could have waited. If we would have waited, we would have had to compensate for the loss that never came here. So sometimes it's good. Hold on a second. Sometimes it's good to wait it out until it hits a certain support and resistance line, and sometimes it's not. And a lot of that is just practice. Sometimes you can eye it out beforehand, and sometimes you can't. And it's good to take a profit at a certain level. A lot of times if you're trading, especially if you're a beginner trader, it's good to set up one style of trading that specifically fits you. Now, this normally works with percentages or pip values if you're trading for Forex, and you have a specific decision of when you're losing to increase position size or to get out depending on certain situations, and those rules are very flexible and depend on the trader and your trading style. See right here where we had the support line right here. With this ranging market, we could have scored several times over if you were scalping. If you were scalping in this general area, you could have scalped over and over and over again. What's good to do when you draw your support lines and your resistance lines is to pick the locations of where you want and where you think it's going to be ranging, and stick to a certain few and use only those few within that time frame. And this allows you to increase the risk management system that you're using to better help make more money. A lot of trading isn't always just getting the right trade, but it's also the money management that follows afterwards. Money management is a lot to do with whether or not you are going to be a successful trader. Knowing When to cut losses versus when to increase position size also helps. And it depends on the style of trading that you're using. Now, you can see that right here, you could have scored over 100 pips. If you would have been waiting for it to come here, you would have scored over 100 pips. And this would have only been for about 7 days. This essentially would be doubling your account if you were using a 50 to 1. And you could have done this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. You could have doubled your account 4 different times right here if you would have just been following this line and this line, and then switched over at one point to this line. And the consolidation point to switch over to this line would have been right here. Right here would have been the consolidation to switch. Once it had reached past here and gone to here, your new consolidation line would have been right there. You would have had to increase the position size at one point just to catch the rebounds and make sure you didn't get the loss. And that's where the money management comes in. It would have been turning a losing trade into a winning trade. And as you continue going on, you can see you could have done that several times over. If you have any questions, feel free to leave one in the comment section. And we're going to be going over the easiest way to draw support and resistance lines in one of the upcoming videos. And we're also going to be going over how to set alarms for support and resistance lines that get delivered to your phone to help you with your trading and to let you know of good times to make trades. Support and resistance lines are really important to making trades because they show good moments of reversal, which allows you to get onto a trend faster, and it allows you to stay on a trend longer. The longer you stay on a trend, the longer you are able to make profit. But you also got to know when to cut your profits as well. You want to cut your losses short and let your profits ride. And remember to not overextend yourself when you're trading. A good key for a lot of people is 1% of your trading account. Now you gotta remember that risk to reward ratio is a little bit lower. The more risk you set up, the greater your reward could be, but the more risk you set up, also the greater your loss. And I think that's going to be it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful day and good luck investing.